Hello, and welcome back to yet another day. We're on day 198 of 301 on the penultimate project, the stock price checker. So we're continuing from where we left off yesterday. Yesterday we completed the personal library project and we moved on to the stock price checker as well. Today I'm hoping to complete the stock price checker, which then leaves us with 2 days to complete the final project, the anonymous message board. And so far things are looking good. I'm feeling pretty confident that we'll be completely done with Free Code Camp by day 200, which is a personal little milestone that I've set for myself. So yeah, today we need to complete some of these things and get the likes in, which I think I better understand today. So we can see when likes are given. Okay, so let's start working on the database, shall we? I guess that's the part that matters as well, making sure that the likes. So when they say here, only one like per IP, do they mean IP address? This is why being vague doesn't really help. Because this can either be interpreted as IP address, but it's also not capitalized, so it can't really be an acronym. But it could also be intellectual property, because that's kind of what you would classify stock as, wouldn't you? Would it be? An IP, a brand, intellectual property? Because that's the way I read it. So this can either be an IP address or intellectual property. Only one like per IP. And the thing is, if it's only one like per IP, is it you can only set one like overall for any stock. So if you set a like for Google, you can't like any other product, which doesn't make sense. Or is it only one like per IP in the sense of you can like Google once, you can like Microsoft once, you know, all the other the IPs, the companies. This is like the one that's a bit confusing now. Let's see if we can Google that. Stock price checker, Free Code Camp, IP address or IP? Like, let's see what people mean by that. Do they literally mean an IP address? So I assume they literally mean IP address. Huh. So you finished with all the projects? No, I'm not. I have one project I'm working on now, and then I have another after this, which I have 2 days to complete, and then I'll be done. On day 200. I'm just trying to figure out the wording for this, because they say only 1 like per IP, but they're not clear, as in IP address or IP as the intellectual property of the stocks. But I'm gonna go with IP address, because from what I can tell from other people reading it, they seem to all go based on IP address. So if that is true, then when you like a certain stock, we store it in a database with the user's IP address. So in a sense that becomes the user. The IP address is the user. So we had to have a model, IP address, and stocks. Oh, this is tricky now. I still need to understand what they mean by this. Likes 1. Okay, so it's probably not going to be based for every user, because otherwise the max likes you can have is 1, which wouldn't make sense if you're trying to compare between 2 stock items. That would not make sense. So overall, all the likes need to be counted, but you can only add 1 like per IP address. So how do we do that? How do we link it so that only 1 IP address? Where would you store that? Okay, so the initial, let's draw up the model. Let's draw up the model so long. Might as well stick the model in here. So we're not going to use this. We're not going to use Mongo client and all that jazz. So mongoose.connect. Do we have require mongoose? Yeah, we do. Okay, so what is the schema going to be for what? And just call it stock schema, I guess, right? Okay, so essentially we're gonna have, we need the name of the stock, which is gonna be a type of string required true. Then we also need We need the amount of likes for it. Which would then be a type of number, I guess. Default 0. Oops. So that's essentially like the bare bones schema that we'll have. Is the name of the stock, so MSFT or like Google or whatever, and then the amount of likes that product has. But now we need, how do we do the verification to know, hey, this IP address already likes this specific product? Would it be silly to have a list of IP addresses? Like, where else would you track that the user likes it? There has to be something. I'm trying to see which options there are to not add duplicate items. Apparently there's an atomic operator. Push, unshift, add to set. Duplicates. So apparently add to set might be a thing that I need. So you find a stock item. I'm just trying to think the flow of this. So we find a stock item. Let's have a look at Mongoose's add to set. Well, that's MongoDB with the atomic array update operator. Add to set only ensures there are no duplicate items added to the set and does not affect existing duplicate elements. Let's try that and see. Isn't there a post request as well that we're doing? I assume this is a post for the front end. Isn't it? Oh, it's just a query. So these are both queries. Hold on, let's check the front page out. So it's a get and a get as well, yeah. So it's all gonna be under one root. So if I hit Goog, what do we get? We don't get anything, which is weird. Are we supposed to get something back? And so the code loading failed for script with source. I wonder if it's because there's no jQuery now. I wonder if it's that because of the jQuery. It has to be. Yeah. So we're gonna need jQuery somehow. I mean, we could have that locally, couldn't we? Could have a JS folder. We want the minified. Then let's just download this. And save it as in a JS folder, I guess. Oh no, we can have it in public, can't we? Public jQuery. Would I have it in the public folder? Probably. So public style.css jQuery, and then in index you would have it as source. Would it just be like that? I can't remember. I think it was that. Public, yeah, okay, so public jQuery doesn't seem to find it. Did I stick it in public? Hold on. Public, yeah I did. Stock price checker, public, jQuery, 0.341 min.js. Can we open the CSS? Apparently we can't. What? We're on the stock price checker. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we are. That's weird. Unable to open. File not found. And replace single quotes with double quotes. So that's fine. These are all fine. Yeah, cool. Okay, we're good. That's weird. It doesn't want to open this. Huh. It doesn't see a public. Okay, there, it finds that. So I needed a double backout? But let's just try if it's a single one because of the way the web server works. So public jQuery. We don't need an integrity or any of that. Save it like that. Go to our views, index.html, and then let's make sure in public we add upload a file. We add jQuery and move that into public. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's reload that and see if that makes a difference now. We should now be able to put something in here. We have jQuery. That work for us? I wonder. I don't see any difference. Did it actually post to the server? I wonder. Let's check the logs. Stick AMD in there. It doesn't seem to get to the back end. No. So then the only thing that I could think of that's different is that we actually do need to have it as public. Let's try that. Weird. So it says test form unsubmit. Which one is test form? I think it might be this one. Oh, interesting. There's only... Oh, there's test form. So test form 2 is this one, for some reason, above it. So test form 2 on submit. I'm just gonna have it say I submitted when we click on it, just to make sure that jQuery is working. No. Okay, so the jQuery is fine. It gets loaded in. But every time you hit it, it just resets it. What? That's crazy. Huh. No scripts running. Even though we're loading it. Why? Test form dot submit function e console log, like we're never getting that, and something, unless we should prevent default first. No, it still resets it. How? And we could see the stock in there, but we get nothing in the logs. Whereas if I had to manually hit that, wait, we get nothing there either. But it's supposed to go to API stock prices, not just stock 234. Maybe that's, oh, but it is supposed to be the API stock prices. Type get. This is one of these things again, huh? Let's have a look at our previous project. So in our previous project we had a method there for sure, but that's all we had. Form action. So maybe I should just add a form action to it, and that might help us with the issue. So test form 2, action, API stock prices, right? And then let's see if we can get it to actually... There you go. There you go. So we just had to add action to it. There you go. That's working. Okay. And then if I hit the like... So we want like as well in the API. So stock and like from request.query. Query. Okay. And then we can try something like if there is a like, right? Then we wanna stock.find, we wanna update it. So find one and update based on it's based on a name now, right? So name being the stock that we have. Then we want to use the atomic operator. Was it add to set based on likes? We also need to set new to true, otherwise we're going to return the old document. And I remember that we had to also upsert to true. And then we need the error stock. Wait, can we call it stock? I don't think we can call it stock because there's already stock. Let's log any errors and let's log the response. We also need to get the IP address, don't we? How do we get the IP address now? Request.headers x forwarded for. Okay, let's try that. IP equal to, oops, request.headers x forwarded for, or request.connection remote address, or request.socket.remote address, or request.connection.socket. If that exists, request.connection.socket.remote address. Otherwise, no. and then set that to IP. Okay, let's see what will happen now if we like it. Let me update the IP for this. The API. So it should add a collection called stock. So all we need to do is like Microsoft. Okay, so we get an error. Cast a number failed for value. Add path likes. Okay, let's log what the IP address is quickly. Whoops. Okay, because it's a multiple now, it's a string. Shouldn't we be getting... Doesn't request.headers have multiple values? Aren't we supposed to do index 0? Okay, so it's essentially this one. There. Why did I take that one though? That's not the IP address. Weird. It's popping the last one. Wait, if you're using Express, you can just do a request.IP, really? Really? Okay. That seems to be way easier. Much better. Why is it still the same though? Using an IPv6 address for local? Okay, that didn't quite work for us. Fun. But the problem is that X4 did 4 returns. Let me go back to this one again. But we need index 0. So this line. Which is request.headers x forwarded 4 split do we split 0 and then we pop? Would that be it? No. Without pop, let's see what happens. There you go. And then I guess we need to make sure that it's a string. Likes is a string now. Because it's trying to cast it to a number, so this should probably be an array. And the default should be an empty array. Try that. Okay, there you go. So there we have a name, and then we have likes. Oh, so the likes are essentially the IP addresses. I see what's happening now. That's pretty cool. So we're basically adding the likes to the IP address. But if I were to add it again, then it won't add it again unless we add a different IP address. And then we just get the amount of likes returned from that, I guess. So then what does it expect in return when you do the likes? And likes. So likes needs to be returned. In stock data I can see, okay. Okay, so I think what we should do is we should also have a function called get likes. And what it should do is we should have this connection inside of it. And then if likes we can do something like that, huh? Was it like or likes? It was like. If like stock.find one. Should probably have it as stock like. And the IP. Then we need to return that returns a document, doesn't it? Isn't that what we want at the end of the day? I think there'll be a likes object on it, won't there be? There will be likes as an array, so we need to count the array length. Wonder if I can do return response dot likes dot length. Can I return the length of the array? Wonder if I need like. I don't think I need like. So just return stock.find one and update return response dot likes dot length. See what that does. And then if like, get likes and give it stock and the IP. Likes equal to get likes. Oh wait, get likes. The amount of, wait. The amount of likes for stock. And then likes. Likes. Cool. Let's try that out. Can I do dot length? That's the question. Or am I being silly now? No, it does work, but I'm returning the entire object. Let's see if that changes it. I might have to return something completely different. Yeah, likes equal to 0, right? And then we set likes equal to response.likes.length. Is this outside of the scope? How does it not see it though? Oh, we should return it outside of it probably. Return likes. Okay, let's try that. Amount of likes for Microsoft 0, that's incorrect. Why, when we do it that way, does it not have access to that scope? I wonder if I should wrap it around a promise. I think it went like this. Resolve, reject, and then you stick everything in there. Doesn't it go like that? Return, new promise, resolve, reject. Does not go that way? Oh, I think we're missing this. There you go. And then what you essentially do is resolve with response.likes.length. And then if error, reject 0. Or just reject with the error, otherwise resolve response.likes.length. Let's try that out. Because that should then return a value. There you go. Amount of likes for Microsoft 1. Great, but why did it like do it multiple times now? Oh, okay. It only did it once. So the amount of likes for Microsoft is 1, which is correct. Yeah. Cool. There's no error. There's the response. There's the amount of likes. Great. The amount of likes for Microsoft is 1. Cool. Exciting stuff. Cool. So great. Let's do another one for AMD. Let's like it. There you go. So AMD gets liked. The amount of likes for AMD 1. Cool. So that's working. Now we need to figure out the relative likes. That's the next step that I want. Also, wait, we need to return that object, don't we? So now that we've figured out how to return likes, I think we should do if like inside of if stock, right? Because you never like something without a stock. So if stock try and then if likes equal to await get like stock IP, and then stock data stock price. So what format did they want it in? They wanted stock price and likes as an integer. So then we do likes, basically likes dot or just parse int, right? Parse int likes 10. Let likes equal to 0 by default, right? And then we update likes to be that. And then we'll set likes to either 0 or the value from that. Let's see how that goes. So now our response should also have the amount of likes. There you go. Stock, price, and likes as an integer. Great stuff. So we passed that. In stock data I could see stock, price, and likes. Cool. I can also pass along field like as true to have my like added as stock, so only one per IP should be accepted. We've done that. If I pass along two stocks, the return object will be an array with both stocks info, but instead of likes, it will display relative likes, the difference between the likes on both. How do you get the relative likes? Because I know it would be one minus the other, but then why is Microsoft minus 1, but Google is 1? Will a array be returned though if we have two? Let's see what happens. Let me see something. If I enter both, nothing happens. Oh, that's because we didn't post, did we? We need to update it so that where we added the method or the action, sorry. I think it's just that. Interesting. It still didn't send it. If I do the one, it's fine. But if I do both, it's suddenly not fine. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it is an array. So now we need to handle the array. So we could just check by doing if array dot is array the stock. Actually, this should be in an else. Else. All of this should be in the else. Arthritic, hey, how are you doing? I'm good, just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get the value of multiple stock items now that I've managed to successfully get one stock item.
Arthritic is following
Hey.
the family.
Thank you for the follow, I really appreciate it, Arthritic. I think I'm just gonna do a promise all, because if we await... Oh wait, no, do I? That was the response for the one stock item. So if we have first stock equal to await get stock price, right? Which is based on stock index 0. So first stock is await get stock price, and then second stock is await get stock price index 1. Actually, what if I do it as a array, a for each, because stock is an array, right? So stock dot for each. What can I do? Stock dot map. Let's do this stock item, right? Something like this. Let's give this a try. Let's go and add them both. And then we get the stock, MSFT, AMD, perfect. So now that we have them individually, let's have stocks. Well, let's have stock data equal to return await get stock price stock item, right? Can I await? Can I not do that? Unexpected token, get stock price? Why? I wonder if it's because it's inside of a map. So I can't call a function? But I'm sure it would work in a for each. It's not. Am I supposed to put await inside of? Am I supposed to put async there? Async await? That wouldn't make sense, right? Okay, let's just try that. And then let us log the stock data. Yeah, it's promise pending. What if we equal to await stock.map? So we add await to the map. Still promise pending. That's not quite what I had in mind. It needs to wait for it, that's the thing. apparently I can do... await promise dot all and then wrap it in a promise. And then do get stock price from there and then log it afterwards. See if that's true. No, but now we get undefined. Well, actually, let's see if it's getting into it, first of all. Oh, so it is getting into it. It's just the return value is now. Something wrong. Okay, so it's definitely getting into there. Is it because I'm not returning? Return, get stock price? Is that why? That's why it's undefined? Okay, there you go. But now we get the entire thing. We get everything. Which is weird. Oh wait, it's not weird. That's fine. It's because it's afterwards we needed to do something with that data. Because that's the response. Yeah. Okay, okay. So stock data. Now that we have stock data, then we want to do something, which is essentially we want to return an object, right? Which is stock item dot symbol, as well as price stock item dot latest price to string. What else? Stock price and likes. Well, let's just try that for now and see what we get. Not read toString of undefined. Oh right, because we don't have the data now. Data equal to get stock price. Stock item, right? I do data.symbol. So much experimentation. Okay, that's not it either, because I still need the data. I think it's that, async await. There you go. Stock Microsoft price. There you go. Stock AMD price. Okay, that worked. Beautiful. Does that mean I still need the promise all? I don't think I do, because if I have the async await in there, I won't need it anymore. So we can remove the promise all now. Let's see if that's true. No, I still need the promise all. Ah! How does that work? No worries. But async await inside of there does work. And then we get data.symbol. And then we return that. So we basically also need likes inside of this function to get everything that we want. So instead of get stock price, we need to make this to be get stock data. Okay, we need a function that will basically return the data and the likes all at once. I guess we can have a function called get stock data. which will take in stock, an IP, and then basically it will get the stock price of the stock, stock data equal to get stock price, stock, right? And this is an async function, and this is await. And then stock data, and then likes. I just call it stock like equal to await, get likes, stock, and IP. And then you finally return which is kind of something similar to what we're doing here right now. This. Likes equal to stock likes, like so. And stock symbol and stock data symbol, latest price. So it returns everything for you. I wonder if there's a way to conditionally return likes, if there are likes. We always have to return likes, don't we? For get stock data. Yeah. We have to. It's only if we're adding likes that it's another story. But in this way, aren't we? This is a toughie now. Because I've got to figure out which operation we do. Actually, it's not that hard. We just do it based on if there is a stock. So get likes, right? Like stock IP. You pass in like stock IP, and then if like you do this stuff. So if you're liking it, you do that. Otherwise, return this. Stock.find1 name stock, and that's it. So if there's a like, return by adding a like to it. Otherwise, no likes, just find one. Oh, we still need to return the value, don't we? Just find one. If error, reject error, otherwise resolve response dot likes dot length. There you go. Now we have the length. So get likes need like, stock, and IP. And get stock price is just based on stock. And then stock data.symbol, stock data the latest price, otherwise stock likes. There we go. And then you call get stock data. So for the array one, we're actually going to call get stock data, and you want to pass in so what does get stock data assume? That there's a like, that there's a stock, and that there's an IP. Let's do this for the else. Else so we already get all of this, don't we? And we also need to parse int it, I just realized. Okay, so here literally all we have to do, const stock data equal to await get stock data, and we need to pass in likes, stock, and IP. Or like, stock, and IP. And then we will respond with that data. So let's see if that will work now, because a lot changed. Let's try it with just AMD first. That worked. There you go. AMD, there's the price, and there's the amount of likes. And let's try the same with NVIDIA. That should be 0 likes. Well, apparently not. Cannot read property likes of null. So if it doesn't exist, there's an error. Okay. We didn't think about that one. Who's calling get likes? Get stock data. Can't we just do that? Or 0? Which should avoid that whole issue if it doesn't exist. No, apparently it doesn't. Because you're still trying to read. Stock likes is still trying to feed off of the likes. Okay. So it'll be this one. If like. Nah. It'll be this one. Find one named stock. If error, reject error. So there will be no stock. Wait. Hold on. I want to see something. The error is null, the response is null, that's why. Okay, so if error, reject error. If response, resolve, response likes length. Okay, let's try that. See what it gets now. Now it shouldn't do it if there's no response. Okay, now we're stuck somewhere. And that's because if there's an error, reject with an error. If there's a response, resolve. Otherwise, return 0. Right? I think that's the best option. Because NVIDIA doesn't exist yet. So that's a weird part, because now it gets stuck. Get stock price, that's stock data. Get stock price is simply passing in stock and then getting the response back. Get likes is getting 0 and then we return get stock data, and then you should have just, let's see what stock data is. It should have responded, but it's just stalling. Huh, we never actually get out of there. Interesting. So it's not that we're stuck here, because we're not stuck here. Yet stock data is not returning. Let's see. Stock data And let's see, stock price. Or stock like, sorry. I'm assuming it's the latter that's causing it to get stuck. There you go, stock data is fine. That's not the issue. Yeah, it's the likes for some reason. It's not returning. Why? Get likes. Oh, because you're waiting for a promise. That's why. Gets likes, returns a promise. Can I have multiple resolves? I should be able to, yeah. There you go. That's why. It was never resolving. There we go. My bad. Okay. Is that the best way we want to do it? If there's an error, reject with an error. If there's a response, resolve it with the amount of likes. Otherwise, resolve it with 0. I think that's good, because it seems to work in this case. And what if I like NVIDIA? We get a 1. Great. And if I do it again, but I don't like it this time? Cool. That worked. Great stuff. Now what happens for multiples? Because that works for the 1. What happens if we have multiples? If there's an array. Because right now we are doing stock price, but we also needed what the likes were. If I wanted to do it with get stock data, I would also need what the likes are. But wait, if you like both, what will it do if you like both? If I pass along 2 stocks, return the object will be, but instead of likes, it will display relative likes. As in, will it like them both? Is it supposed to like them both? I mean, that's what it says, like both, right? So when I click that, what does it say? What is the query? I want to see what happens. How are the likes going? The likes are good. I managed to solve it. Yeah, I've moved quite a lot of things around. To get the stock prices, remember we were using that API, I think you saw that last night. But to get the likes, what I was doing is doing a find one and update for Mongoose and giving it the stock name and then setting the IP address to the unique array value inside of the stock. And then all I was doing is resolving with the length of that array to get basically the amount of likes for that stock. So that's working. And then I created a get stock data function, which basically gets the stock data for a certain stock and then gets a like for that stock and then returns an object with the stock, the price, and then the likes. Obviously, if there's no likes because that object doesn't exist in a database, it will just return 0, and then we get the stock item. So I don't have to bold that before, because I was doing that before. I was having to bold, set the likes to 0. If there's likes, get the likes, set the stock data. I don't have to do that. I literally just do stock data is await stock data, get stock data. So that's working, but now I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it for multiples of the likes. And I think that, so what I was doing is checking if it's an array. If array is array, the stock item, then we promise all, and then I map through the stock array. And then async for every stock item, await. I was initially getting stock price, which works, but now I need to get the stock data, I think. So what we do is, instead of get stock price, we do get stock data, but get stock data requires like, stock, and IP address. But we do have like. So like stock item instead of stock, obviously that's going to be the item, and then IP. IP shouldn't change. IP is going to be consistent. Like is also going to be consistent. And if there's no like, then it's obviously going to do nothing. And then we should return stock. Actually, now we don't have to return anything. Now we just return data. So that's, again, the beauty of this. I should just be able to return data. And actually, let's log data. Just to make sure that I'm getting what I think I'm getting. And then we're going to compare Microsoft and let's say AMD, right? Get price. There's the stock. So Microsoft has 1 like, AMD has 0 likes. There's the 2 stocks. Wait, that's the data. Yeah, that's the data. So what I need to do is I need to return the entire thing somehow. But oh, I don't need to return the entire thing. What I need to do is once I have data, I need to res.status 200.json the data. And actually we should I called it stock data before. Yeah, no, actually we want to do that afterwards outside. So when it's done with what it's doing, is that the promise? Yeah, so when it's done, return the stock data just like the other one. And then we should have an array, because map returns a new array. We should have an array of responses. Okay, except they're null right now. Even though the values are correct there, do you see that? Wait. I know why, because we're not returning data. We need to return data back to the stock map array. That's why. There you go, look, now we've got an array. Stock, Microsoft, price, and likes. AMD, price, and likes. Great. Except we were told that if there's multiples, there shouldn't be likes. If I pass along 2 stocks, the return object will be an array with both stocks info, which we have, but instead of likes, it will display relative likes, the difference between the likes on both. Cooking with gas, baby. What? I don't get the reference. But Arba, yeah? You want to help me understand these relative likes again, because it doesn't make sense. I don't know how they got -1 for Microsoft, but they have 1 for Google. I remember yesterday you said it should be the one minus the other. But then, how do you have 1? Oh, is it because 0 minus 1? Wait, it was a 1 minus 0 would leave you with 1. That I get. How do we get the relative likes then? Let's look at the data we know, okay? The data that we know right now is that Microsoft has 1 like. RIP. MSFT, AMD. So Microsoft has 1 like, and AMD has 0, right? So if Microsoft is first, the relative likes would be 1 minus 0, right? So that would leave you with 1, whereas AMD would be itself -1, right? Can I add the key to it though? That's the question now. Yeah, right. So we'd have to edit the key then. And that's not to say it's correct, yeah. Okay, let's see if this will work. Can we, before we return it, can we do delete data.likes? It was likes, right? Yeah, it is likes. Can we delete data? Data.likes? I just want to test something to see if we can like mutate it. Oh, we can. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, the reason why I want to do that now is because I want to set data dot relative likes equal to data dot likes. Oh, but we don't know what the next one is, do we? Ah! This is so funny. We're not going to know what the next one is. I want to map through it, but we don't know what the next value is. So we can't do this. We can do it outside afterwards, but we can't do it inside the map. That sucks. Urgh. Okay, so here's stock data. So we basically have to do, instead of data, it's stock data 0 dot relative likes equal to data dot likes. No. Stock data 0 dot likes, right? Minus stock data 1 dot likes. Okay? So that's relative likes. And then stock data 1 relative likes. I hate this. I hate manually editing each array index. We'll see if we can map this or do something with a higher order function. But then this should be stock data 1 minus stock data 0 dot likes, right? So I'm going to leave it like this, just to see if we also add the keys relative likes to it. And then reload this and see what happens. Perfect. There you go. Look. Relative likes 1. Relative likes minus 1. Hey! That worked. And then we just delete the keys, which is what I wanted to do. Which is delete data dot likes. No, data. Wait, no. Stock data 0 dot likes. Delete that and delete that, right? Cool. And the reason why I don't like manually assigning each index is that right now, yes, there's only 2, but what if you had hundreds? You're comparing hundreds of different stocks. Would you literally go index 0 this, index 1 this? You know what I'm getting at. There you go. Perfect. That works. So yeah, we don't like this. So what we're going to do is a simple... Shall we do stock data dot for each? Because it's an array, right? What do we call it now? Stock. Data? We just call it data? Because then inside of that, the first one is... Oh, but how do we don't know what the next one is? Wait, isn't that where reduce? But if I pass in 3, how do you work the relative likes? Oh, you meaning between one and the other. That's the only reason we have relative likes. You're right. So this is very specific to 2 items only. You're doing a comparison between 1 and 2. Smart. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess it's okay to have it hard-coded. It's just, you know, the whole point of why I made this map function for each item passed in was it was much neater. Else I would have done stock data 0 equal to get stock data, you know what I mean? So this just was much neater and prettier to look at. And now it just looks hideous with hard coding. Oh man, this just, it hurts me. It really does. Okay, wait. We can do something. Okay? Stock data for each data, okay? Watch this. We do data and we do index. So that we can do this. Data, index, right? Relative likes equal to data. Wait, was that 1? The first one, that's index dot likes minus index plus 1, right? Because then it's going to be 0, 0, 1. And then the next one is going to be 1, 1. Oh, that has to be 0. That should be... Yeah, that will be out of bounds. Because this needs to be 1 the first time around. And then the second time around it needs to be 0. Is there an easy way around this that we can do it on the for each? Because it'll work for these two, the data index. Because it'll be 0 and then 1, and that'll be 0 and then 1. It's just this one's the issue. We could do something like a modulo, where if index modulo 1 then sets a variable to that value, otherwise it'll be the other value, you know what I mean? Because 0 modulo 1 is 0. Well, actually that won't help with... Can it be 2 modulo 1? It's 1 modulo the index. 1 modulo 1 would be 0. 1 modulo 0. Wouldn't that be 1? One modulo 0 remainder of 1, right? So this is 1 modulo the index. Would it be infinity? Yeah, you're right, it would be. Can we still work with that? You get where I'm going with this, right? Because if index ends up being 1, it's going to be 0. And then I could do a simple if statement. Something like this, check. 1 when it gets to true, 1 modulo 1 will be 0, which is false. Wait, what can the condition be? One modulo index equal to 0, right? If true, we want this to be at what index? When it ends up being 1, set it to 1, otherwise set it to 0, right? Can I do that? Now I'm apparently assigning to an R value. It's not seeing that. Or I could just leave it the way I have. What? It thinks I'm assigning it to the 1, test equal to 1, but I'm trying to use the... I can't even think right now. But I think you know what I'm trying to use. Why wouldn't the shorthand notation work? But if I had to do if 1 modular index equal to 0, so that will work. The other one wouldn't. It's a bit weird. Wait, let's see if I can get it to work. Oh, I can't do if there. Hold on. Hold on. Let test if... Oh, it's the same issue. You need parentheses? Do I? Oh! There you go. Right, I was assigning. I wasn't doing a comparison. If it's equal to 0, then it's 1, otherwise it's 0. And then we can test it by doing
the value. Let's just do test. So we know the first time it goes through, it should be 0, and then it should be 1, right? We might have to switch this around. Yeah, it's 0 and then 1. It needs to be the other way around, right? It's 1 and then 0. So that needs to be 0, otherwise 1. I like to do things complex, don't I, huh? There you go. 1, otherwise 0. And it will always be that case, no matter how many you put in, right? So now that we have that, what do you call this? Instead of test, we already have index. Fun to exercise the brain there. Exactly, yeah. Like I had an idea and I just want to make it look better than just hard coding it like that. I just got to figure out what to call test. And then essentially all we do is data. We need a return. I guess that works. Rel index, yeah. And then this is based on relative index dot likes. Now I just got to figure out if I return, because if that's stock data, what do I call this for each? And can I incorporate this into the map somehow? No, because we need the array first of all the values. So unless I call this data, do I have data already? I don't think I do. Can I just call this data? Oh, we have data there. Should we just call it raw stock data? And then raw stock data for each, and then const stock data equal to return, and then data. Wait, what am I trying to do here now? I need a return for a for each, don't I? Otherwise you don't get the value. Why is it complaining here? Still complaining. Return statement should not contain assignment. Assignment to property of function parameter. Data is going to be for each item. So instead of data at index, wouldn't it be data relative likes? This should be based on raw stock data, I think. Raw stock data at that index dot relative likes equal to I think this is the return value we want. Ah, I'm confusing myself right now. Right? I just lost myself completely. Everything was going fine until this part. Okay, so what is data going to return? Data is going to return each element from raw stock data, which has the stock, the price, the likes, right? So that means essentially we can't use data. We need to use raw stock data at that index and that likes. Do you need to return anything? Yeah, I don't think we do. We just have to change the values, right? We just have to say, hey, raw stock data at that index has a key called relative likes, whose value is raw stock data at that index likes minus, yeah, essentially that. That's all we're doing. Yeah, it just modifies. I forgot because for each is mutation. Map is not a mutation. So we don't technically need stock data is what you're telling me. We don't need a constant, do we? We just need that, raw stock data for each. And instead of it being called raw stock data, we can switch back to stock data. I forgot about that. So essentially we're just mutating that array. And then we're saying, hey, stock data. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. And then we basically need to delete, after that we need to delete stock data at that index. Its likes key once we're done. But can we actually do that? That's the question. Because we need 2 of the indexes, and it's going to do the first index, then delete, and then we can't do a comparison on the next index, can we? I don't think there's a way around that one, is there? You know what I mean? Because we're going to be at index 0, we're going to do that comparison. Then we're going to delete index 0's likes so that when we come to index 1, we can't compare index 0's likes because we deleted it in the previous step. Like all that work, and yeah, we removed those 2 lines of code to add how many lines of code? It would have helped if we had multiple array values, do you see? I mean, yeah, we learned something new, but we didn't really save on code. I feel we just complicated it. This is one time where it doesn't help to refactor. Let's just see if it works, shall we? The value should be the same. And yeah, the values are exactly the same. So it worked exactly the same, but we didn't gain anything. We gained knowledge. For a possibility that's not even likely, should have stuck with 2 stocks, yeah. So we learned something, but ultimately I think we're just going to revert back to the hard coding. We figured out how to do something, and if there were multiple stocks this would have worked. Just, well, it wouldn't work for the relative index, but I mean, you know what I mean, for changing the likes if we had to update mass likes. That was fun, yeah, we learned something. We tested our brain. We did figure out another way to do it. That was a clever idea with the modulars. But yeah, we're going to stick with this. I really don't like it. We'll just ignore it. Pretend that it doesn't exist here. Because that, now that I've learned higher order functions, seeing like hard-coded stuff like this just... I'm pretty sure there's another way to do this. There has to be. But for our purpose here, we're just going to stick to this. And let's just neaten this up. So, yeah. Can I ask you a favor? Arbaya, would you be so kind as to try it out so I can get a different set, at least for Microsoft, so I can get 2 likes there because it's based on IP address. I've delogged it so that it won't show. There you go. There's the link. If you want to just click like and then add Microsoft here to get price, then it should appear. Wait, before you do, there you go. Otherwise it would have logged your IP address. Okay, cool, done. And then let me clean up all this. See how much nicer this is now. Done. Yeah, there it is, stock data. And now we've got 2 likes for Microsoft. So now if I also go and check Microsoft and I get the price, there it is. Microsoft, price, there are 2 likes now. Yay, yay! So when we check against Microsoft and AMD, we should see -2. There it is. 2 likes, -2. Yeah, it does. It does indeed. Thank you so much for that. Woohoo! Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. We just have to pass the test now. I do need to throw a try in here for this one, the array one. So I think what we could do is have a try here, wrap all of this in a try, and oops, yeah, there, and then have a catch here, and then in the catch we will just have the stock could not be found. I guess we can have it stock, or maybe stocks, like that, just like a generic error, so that when you try to view a product that doesn't exist, such as some random product here with AMD, you'll get the stocks could not be found. But if it's like Google and AMD, actually we don't like Google, so I wonder what happens if I like both on Google and AMD. Does that work? So like both, Google, AMD, go, get price. Aha! We got an issue here. Because now it doesn't like both. Wait, what? It did like them, but it didn't update? Oh, because 1 minus 1. It was working. So 0 minus 0 would have been 0. 1 minus 1 would be 0. So the relative likes, it makes sense now. Okay, cool. But the likes did update. I was about to get confused and be like, what? It didn't update. And there's no way to like individually. Actually, what's another company? Google, AMD, just trying to think. I don't know like many stock market short names. Wouldn't Cisco be SCCO? Yeah, there you go. Why is it relative likes of... Did I like it? Oh my god, I liked it again. I didn't mean to do that. Rip me. Don't like both. Intel. Wouldn't that be INTL? What would Intel be? Intel's trading name is INTC, so don't like both. INTC, that should mean -1 for Intel. Yeah, there you go. 1 for Google. Cool. Yeah, that's working. Great job. Okay, now that we have all of this working the way that it should be working, we need to pass the tests. That's all that we need. As things stand, let's try it out. Just gonna reload this. Stock prices, there we go. So we pass that. We don't pass that. That's like the weird part, because it just says expected undefined to not equal undefined. And then I check the response that it gets, and it gets a value. It gets stock, price, and likes, exactly what is expected, but for some reason it somehow gets undefined. I don't know if that's just a thing that's broken with their tests. All of it's undefined. I don't know why it's undefined. For this one, I expected an array with 2 objects. And then there you go. We got literally that. So I don't know if it's just broken. We do have another tester though. Let's try the other one, the updated one. Maybe this one works better. Stock price checker. Okay, that one works. I can get API stock with 1 stock and be returned the object as defined. No. Expected undefined to not equal undefined. Is it because... It's weird. I was going to say is it coarse, but then I would never have been able to read this part if it was coarse. How's it getting undefined? Wait, is it even like hitting our... I I see it's hitting our endpoint. I saw something now undefined. There was undefined here now. What? That's a weird glitch when the testers don't work. Okay, let's go. So there's no undefined there. No undefined there. No undefined. There was an undefined, I swear I saw it. And now obviously there's just nothing in our logs. Huh. Should we just assume that there's something wrong with their tester? Because we're passing the stuff, the requirements are there. They say that it should be example return like that. Let's look, shall we? This is what they want us to return, right? And let's see what we put in. So we put in Google. And let's get the raw data, and then let's compare that to their return value. Oh. It's nested. Stock is inside of stock data. Do you see that? Could that be the reason? That's a bit silly. Wouldn't you guys agree? So essentially what it wants us to do is return an object called stock data, which has stock data inside. Let me see. Let's try that. So now it will return. Okay, let's try Goog. The Googs. Is that what it wants? Is that the same now? Stock data, stock Goog, price. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we're returning what they wanted us to return. So essentially just put it in an object. That's all we need to do. That's probably why the test was failing then. Shall we try the test again? There you go. There you go. There you go. Ta-da! We passed all the tests. It was something so small. The scary part is I don't see these requests in my server. I don't know how it's doing that. Oh, poggers! We did it. Now we just need to pass the functional tests. I hate these. Like, I know it's necessary, but it's just such a chore. Oops. I wasn't... Wait, was I supposed to edit that? No, I wasn't supposed to edit that. My bad. Can we pretend like I didn't edit it? I wasn't supposed to edit that one. Roots FCC testing. Hold on. There. I undid it. Before it gives me shit for it. It's supposed to be the test itself that we change. There's no unit test from what I remember. Are there? None required, no. Okay, here we go. Functional tests. Complete this one too. Oh my god, there's so many tests. Like, what was the point of doing that testing if we're just gonna test again? Okay, request server get API stock prices, query stock Goog. I don't want Goog. Who do we go for? I like Nvidia, but I also like AMD. So how about we put Nvidia against AMD? And we go Nvidia first. And then we need to assert. Okay, so let's assert that equal res.status to 200. We need to get a 200 response first of all. Then we need to assert is defined res.body. Is there stock data? Because that's the response. Because that's how the other test was doing it. Then we need to make sure that there's a property. Res.body.stock data has a property called stock. What was the other one that we have? We have stock, we have stock, price, and likes. Stock, price. I could probably do an array, but I'm honestly not going to bother at this point. Stock, price, likes. If we end up reusing this, I'm going to make an array. I'm just saying. Stock, price, likes. And then assert equal res.body.stockdata.stock should equal, it capitalizes it, right? Yeah. So NVIDIA, is it NVIDIA? It should equal that. We can't obviously set the price because the price will fluctuate. The only thing that we know won't change is the stock symbol. Anything else? No, likes will also change. So that's all we can do. That's the first test. The next test should be one stock with one like. Okay, so let's copy this again. And have a check. We're gonna make it be, did I say NVIDIA versus AMD? Yeah, I did. So we're gonna have a stock and we're gonna set like to true. Right. Okay, and then we just need to make sure that we get a 200 response, that it has stock data again, that it has stock price likes, and that this is now AMD. You know what we need? I could see us needing this const, well not const, let likes equal to, or just let likes, so that here before we hit done we do likes equal to res.body.stockdata.likes, because every time we run this we need to update how many likes it has, so that here when we assert equal res.body.stockdata.likes equals the amount of likes that we have. Cool. And I said I'm going to create an array, didn't I? So we're going to create an array. I think I can just pull the one from the last one that I did. Was it this one that I made an array? I don't think it was this one. No, it was the previous one. What was before the personal library? We did the issue tracker. Yeah, that was the one. Because I created an array, something like this, properties. I want to do the same thing. Because there's just a lot of repetition. Is this suit for the whole thing? Yeah. Did I have it inside this suit? I did. So we're going to have properties, and then basically we're going to have all those properties, right? So stock, because we're reusing it, and there's no point in redefining it every single time. So stock, price, likes. Those are the three properties we're always going to be testing for. So there's our properties. And then I would do I would have done something like this, properties for each. So instead of doing what we're doing here, we do properties for each property, assert property res.body dot stock data is equal to that property, because remember we're looping through it, so it's basically going to do exactly what we're doing here, but we cut down on 3 lines of code. How nice is that? Isn't that cool? And then same here, we don't need stock price likes, we just do properties for each. So if we had multiple, we could have 100 different properties, it would just be the same. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna run the 2 test quickly just to make sure we're passing them. No point continuing if I'm failing them. Tests, functional tests. We also need to change our environment to test. Let me change the env environment to test. There you go. Okay, so we pass one stock. We don't pass one stock with one like. I think the reason... Wait. Why don't we? Let's see what happens if we try to post AMD. So you put in AMD. I said like, right? Oh, and there you go. AMD, there are 2 likes now. And what was it trying to test for? The likes for oh, because that was NVIDIA, right? I put it in the wrong place. That's not where you want it. It needs to be here. So the next time you test it, where's that body the stock data? How do we know that it worked? Oh, we gotta make sure it's not double counted. That's what the next one is. Okay, so then here we just need to assert is above 0. So make sure that the current likes are above 0 because we should have liked it now, so it should be at least 1. Then set the likes to that. Then here we're gonna do the exact same thing, but we gotta make sure it's not double counted. So chai. Okay, so it should be the exact same thing. It should be AMD like true, except this time the assert is equal to likes. It's got to be exactly the same for it to pass. And then here we don't set likes again. There you go. That should be it, right? Okay. Let's test that. See how the tests go. Wait, I have an issue. Why am I in index? Whoops. There. Okay, so tests wise. We pass one stock with one like with one like again, ensure likes aren't double counted. We pass 3. Okay, 2 stocks. What do we need to do in 2 stocks? I guess the same as 1 stock, right? Something like this. Okay, in 2 stocks, we need to give it 2 stocks. I said NVIDIA versus AMD. Who was first? NVIDIA was first. So stock needs to be an array. So NVIDIA versus AMD, right? And then, yeah. Now, properties for each property, res.body stock data, that's the problem. Stock data is now going to be an array. Technically I could just do this, 0 and 1, right? So instead of having 6, now we only have 2. Assert property res.body.stock data 0. has all the properties, 1 has all the properties. There you go. And then we need to make sure that... Oh, it has relative likes, I just realized. It's going to be stock price, it's not going to have likes, this is going to fail. So we need to create another one. Properties. Double? And this needs to be rel likes. I don't know if I have a better name for that. But hey, it's just the tests. So instead of it being properties for each, it's properties double for each. There you go. That should work. And then what else would there be? We need to assert that res.body.stockdata.stock0. This should be NVIDIA, right? And stock data 1 should be AMD. I think that should be it. Let's give that a try. Two stocks passed. Yay! Cool. And then two stocks with like. We need to pass in stock and like to true. Is it like or likes? Or just like to true? What was the point of passing in like? How are we going to test the difference? Literally, how are we going to test the difference? I know if it was 1, we're basically checking if it's above 0 without liking it. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we can do this. So we have test, let likes, let stock stock 0 like, stock like 0. Stock 0 likes and stock 1 likes. I don't like the name of that, but if you guys have a better name for me, let me know. But what we can do is when we have the two stocks, right? We're gonna set stock 0 likes equal to res.body.stockdata 0. Oh, we're not gonna know what its likes are we? That's annoying because when you have two stock items, it doesn't show you what the values are. It just shows you what the relative likes are. So then we have to work with relative likes, I guess. Figure something out. Stock 0 likes. Yikes. I don't like that name. So stock 0 rel likes, stock 1 rel likes. Is stock data 0 relative likes, stock 1 relative likes. Okay, so now that we know what the relative likes are, when we have the likes, we just have to ensure it's above. If it's NVIDIA and AMD and we both know that they're at least 1 for 1 means there'll be 0, right? But what if someone comes and starts liking AMD more or NVIDIA more, that will tip the scale of the relative likes. So how can we ever test that? Because it could either be positive or negative depending on what, you know, how many likes for NVIDIA or AMD you get. So is there even a way to test for this? I don't think there is. Especially because we can't get the like count from when you have two stocks. You can only get relative likes. Like, what was the point in testing this? Two stocks I get, that's not the issue. But how do you check if there's a like? You can't. Because if they both had 0, it would be 0 for relative likes. If they both had 1, it would still be 0. If it was 1 and 0, it would be -1 for the other. Like, it would change constantly. I honestly don't know how to test for that. That's a nice variable name. Stock 0 relative likes test 2 final version for real. Can't you fetch the individual likes for each stock, work out the relative likes, then assert relative likes equal to that? I could, yeah. It would just be extra detail, but yeah. So what I would essentially have to do is first get I don't see any other way, and neither do I. It's either completely omitted, but then what was the point when they'll be basically identical? So what I would need to do is then get an individual one. Wait, are we trying to like it yet? We're not trying to like it, right? It's just two stocks. So we request stock prices. The first one is NVIDIA. We're not going to assert anything. We're just trying to do stock 0 rel likes equal to res.body.rel likes, I guess. Dot stock data dot relative likes. Seems a bit silly, yeah. What curriculum have you done on Free Code Camp? Everything. This is like the last bit that I'm working on now. The final 2 projects, then I'm done. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is NVIDIA. So we get API, query, NVIDIA, end, and then set stock 0 relative likes to res.body.stockData relative likes, yeah? We're in agreement there. But did I break something? Because it's not trying to correct anymore. Oops. There you go. Okay. Cool. It's too bad we can't have like multiple queries. So am I gonna literally have to copy this each time just to set those? And then next we want AMD, and we set stock 1 relative likes to res.body.stockData relative likes. There you go. So now we've populated our relative like values. Wait, but they're not going to be relative likes, they're going to be likes, right? Oh god, here it goes changing the name again. So now it's not relative likes anymore. It's just likes. Stock 0 likes. stock 1 likes. Why does that look like it's... Why is it saying is assigned a value but never used? Is it because I'm... What? Okay. Okay, so now that we have our likes, we're not liking them yet, so we don't assert or set any values, right? We just make sure that the stock values are there, and then we call done. Then when you like it, 2 stocks with like, we need to do the same with what happened when we liked previously, which was assert is above. Assert dot is above res dot body dot... Oh, but how are we gonna know now after you liked it? Because we can't compare likes now. We can only compare it to the previous one. And we don't know what the current one is. It's so complex. Am I missing something? Because remember, we're assuming there's going to be a likes property, but there's not going to be a likes property. The only way now is I have to do yet another request to get variables. So inside of this, I'll have to do let stock 0 likes current, you know what I mean, and stock 1, and then do yet another request to the server. Big brain, right? Here we go. And then update stock 0 likes current to stock data likes, and stock 1 likes current to resbody stock data likes, like boom boom, like that. And then finally res.body assert above res.body dot stock data dot likes dot stock actually assert above is stock 1 stock 0 likes current, is it above stock 0 likes, as well as is stock 1 likes current above stock 1 likes. That should be it, yeah? Wow, what a mess. And then we're going to go even further because they didn't do this, but we're going to do it because, you know, we care about this shit because they seem to have missed it. 2 stocks with like, same what they did previously, but we're going to call it like this. We're going to call it this. You get where I'm going with this, aren't you? 2 stocks with likes, again, ensure likes aren't double counted. And now, how do we ensure that? We need to make sure that well, here we need to update the count, don't we? We need to then do stock 0 likes will now equal to stock 0 likes current. Damn, look at us go. Okay, now the likes have been updated so that when we come into here, we still get likes current. And then all we have to do is make sure instead of assert is above, we need to make sure it's assert equal, if I remember correctly. The likes need to be the same. So assert equal stock 0 likes current needs to be the same as stock 0 likes. And assert equal stock 1 likes current needs to be the same as stock 1 likes, meaning they shouldn't have increased. And just make sure, did we tell it to like them? We did. Okay, that should be it. And we added our own test to this too. Wow, wow. Man, I'm expecting something to break. If this works first time, I'll laugh. Oh, okay. 4 passed. 2 stocks with likes again. Hey, that worked! Technically... Oh no, it didn't. So it broke because... Why? Expected undefined to equal 0. What became undefined? Line 182. What happened on line 182? Assert equal stock 0 likes. What is stock 0 likes? res.body.stockData likes. That should have been fine, no? Can we log stock 0 current likes? Stock 0 likes current. Okay. Stock 1. And just make sure that this is updating the way it should be updating. In the tests, of course. And then this is the home stretch. Oh, so it's undefined now. Interesting. Stock 0 current likes. Okay, so that means that likes are not where we think they are. res.body.stockData. Wait, let's look at the value. res.body stockData. res.body.stockData. There. Tell us what is in your body. We want to know. What is in your body? Show us what's in your body. That sound weird. Okay, there it is. There are likes. So it's likes. Stock, price, likes. It's there. In the stock data there is likes. What the fuck? Res body stock data likes. So if I do dot likes, am I gonna get those likes? Apparently I do. Res body stock data likes is 1. What the hell? Now the other one's passing. And there's only one failing. What? Is it because they're not waiting? Is it asynchronous? It did take 12,000 milliseconds. No, 1,200 milliseconds, sorry. 1 second. Huh. So we are getting the likes, that's for sure. So that is correct. So it should have set stock 0 likes current to res.body.stockData likes. Okay, then something else is going on here. I'm wondering if it's not... Are these like asynchronous? Am I supposed to be awaiting all of these? Let's try, right? Let's make it an async function. Can I await? And await? That way these should not be undefined, right? Am I wrong in thinking that? We'll find out now. Uh-oh. Super agent request was sent twice. Both end and then were called. Never call end if you use promises. Well, I'm sorry. Jeez. Okay, is it something to do with end? I wonder. We need a way to know what the value is. Okay, so it doesn't like the fact that we used await. Unless these need to be part of their own tests. Or not even part of the tests. What if it's outside of the test? What if we do that? Is it going to be outside of the scope though? No, it won't. So let's have it outside of the test. Because we don't need a part of the test, we just need those variables populated. Let's see what happens now. Now it's outside of it. I have a feeling it's like a race condition or something. There you go. That worked. Stock 0 likes. Stock 1 current likes 2. There you go. That worked. Okay, great. Now that we know that worked, the error is still that expected 1 to be above 1. So that's what the issue was, your expectations. So, where was that? It was here. You expected 1. Maybe, wait, I expected it to be above 0, didn't I? Yeah, that's my bad. These are supposed to be 0. Assert above. All of these currents need to be above 0 if you liked it. Let's try that out. Oh man, we like piecing this together with duct tape at this point. Okay, getting somewhere. The only issue now is the last part. Resolution method is overspecified. Specify callback or return a promise, not both. I think that's again got to do with the fact that we have the lets inside of it, don't we? Stock 0 likes. So that should have a value and that should have a value. So it can't be these. So what line is the issue on? Line 187. Which is done. What? No, it can't be. Apparently it is. Unless I need to not do chai and just do like a freaking Ajax call or something. Or fetch. We're so close right now. But these should work, because we know it's 0 and 1, or 1 and 2 respectively, which is what the values are. Only thing that I can think of is, again, because of these being inside of this. So I could try and move these out to here. And see if that makes it. Oh, but now the scope. Interesting, so it sees this as already defined and declared. Yet it doesn't see this one as declared. Why? What the f— oh, probably because it can't keep erroring. Wait, so worst case scenario, I just don't define these again. It's already defined, so we just replace it. Okay, how about now? You wanna work now? You wanna work with us? I don't know why I'm bothering at this point when we know it's working. Trying to get a freaking test to work. Ah! Can't believe I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna use fetch. We're gonna use fetch. Wow, talk about effort, right? I just have to require fetch here. Const fetch equal to require node fetch. What a day, right? Okay, now let's see how we're gonna do this. Const test equal to fetch. We are gonna fetch API stock prices. We need to tell it that the stock is... Wait, what is the query for NVIDIA again? So NVDA, go, this is the URL. We need this API basically. So slightly different. And then where it says stock equal to, we just put stock here. Wait. Oh no, we don't even need to. We hard-code it because we know what it is. So API stock prices stock equal to NVDA. Then super variable names and now fetch, right? So test equal to fetch stock NVIDIA, then response. What is the response going to be? Log the response. Please let it be what I think it's going to be. Go. Fetch, my child. Okay, the response is... Only absolute errors are allowed. What? Now you want an absolute? But how did it work? Oh. Wait, there's a way to get the node server. Isn't it request.protocol? Was it request.getHost? We don't have access to request either. Ah! How is it possible that it can get just fine? Chai can do it. But fetch is like, no. I need a full. Is it because I forgot the slash there? Slash hyphen? Let's see. Because I am not hard coding that URL in. Although, you know what? I'm hard coding that URL in. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm just done. Line in the sand. That's it. URL, path, host, what do you want to call it now? Host equal to, I'm done. I'm done. This is me done, okay? This is me done. Let's go. Where is it? Host / API stock prices stock. There. What are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? Let me see. Now you're only doing what you've been asked to do. Right? I haven't even been asked to do that. You know that, right? We haven't been asked to do this. There we go. Hey, look. Okay, so there's the response. Size, timeout, symbol, body. Where the frick is the values that we want? Fetch! Talk to me! I'm going to freaking... Where's the values that we want? There's its response, but I mean where? It's not disturbed, I'm disturbed. Where's the values in fetch? Because the way that we used it was just get the response and then turn the response to JSON format, but I don't think response.json in this case is going to do anything for us, is it? Nope, because there's no JSON format. You're supposed to go to / API blah 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 and you're supposed to get a value back. Look. You go to the URL, you put this in, oops, not with the double slash obviously, there, and then you get that. And this is supposed to be the response. Should I maybe log the body? Response.body? Maybe it should be in the body, right? What else would it be? Or where else would it be? There's the response. Where's the response body? Oh, there you go. There's some stuff in here. Maybe fetch just puts it somewhere else. Maybe it's somewhere else in fetch. Like a key, like data or something, you know what I mean? Fetch data. No, but not actually fetch. Why did they have to name it fetch? Okay, there we go. That's the first thing that comes up. Okay. Supplying request. Yeah, I see the link now. I'm on it as well, Arbaya. Do you see where the data will be? I don't need to upload a file. Don't need to upload. Don't need to... I just need to know where the freaking data is. And returns a promise containing a response object. Yeah, but the data will be there. I just gotta figure out where's the data. Because logging body had a lot of stuff. It's clearly there, I just don't know where. Response object, there you go. Blob, array buffer, text. The body mixin defines the following methods to extract the body, implemented by both request and response. These all return a promise that is eventually resolved with the actual content. Okay, then which one is it? Is it text? Is it JSON? It's JSON though. It is JSON, no? So shouldn't it be response.json? But when I did that, we got an error last time. Do something with the text response, but it's not a text, it will get responded in JSON. I got an error last time, let's see what happens now. And now it's got a promise pending. The fuck? Isn't that trying to turn it to JSON? You want me to do response.text? Oh, I see what you mean. Just pasting users info for you now, sorry. No, I think you're right. I think you're onto something. Response.json. Am I not supposed to do then response.json, right? Then like that? Don't we call this data? The data? Data? Could this be it? What's this? Response is not defined. Oh my god. How complicated has this gotten? We're like on a whole other level of projects. Oh my god, we actually did it. Holy shit, we fucking did it. There's the data, stock data. We actually did it. Arbaya, with your hints and me just chucking random shit at it. There you go. Then response, return response.json. Then, based on that, you get data. Wow. Big Brain Club is back, baby, right? Now that we have the data, now we should be able to do the data likes, which is data.likes. Okay? Do you know how many steps we're going just to freaking get the likes, just so we can get the comparison, so we can do the oh my god. It's gonna make me hate functional tests. Wait, so the... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? The data likes, it's not called likes. Oh, we need to do stock data now. Data.stockdata, right? So data.stockdata.likes. Because it's an object. And we need to access the object and then access the likes key. Go, 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 go. Okay, the data likes. There you go. Perfect. Done. Sorted. Now we know what it is. Fucking hell. Okay, so this is where you need to set... So we're not going to have these chai requests anymore. Away with you. We're going to have the let's store. And we're going to have them above here. And then we're going to set stock 0 likes current equal to data.stockdata.likes, right? And we don't even need to set it into a variable. We're not returning anything. So just fetch NVIDIA, blah blah blah. Do the same times 2. And then the next one is AMD. So stock becomes AMD. Then stock 1 likes current equal to data.stockdata.likes, right? Is that the first time we're doing this? I think it is. And then can we get the likes? Just to print it out over here. And I'm just gonna say before so that we know that these likes are working. Mantis, hey, how are you doing? So we're gonna print these out. And I don't know if we want to async it, because I feel there's still a race condition happening, but at least now we know we can async if we need to. We're not relying on chai anymore. This is just to get the data. I'm fine. What about you? Yeah, I'm just going crazy with functional tests right now. I'm just trying to get this done so I can finally leave. Okay, so current before likes is undefined. That's what I thought. And the reason it would be undefined, I'm willing to bet like 99.9% is the fact that it is the asynchronous. So we're going to set this to async, and then we're going to do await fetch and await fetch. And then that should solve the undefined issue. Because then that way we're not moving on until we've populated our current likes. There you go. Look at that. Stock 0 current before. 1, 2. Done. Sorted. Now we don't need all of this. We don't need this console log. We don't need that. Nor do we need this. What is this site? This is Free Code Camp. I'm busy doing the projects on a stock price checker, which we've already done, but we're just trying to pass some tests because, you know, why not? We challenged ourselves, and it's just, yeah, regrets upon regrets. Anyway, we need to make sure now that assert above stock 0 likes current is above 0 and stock 1 likes is above 0. Okay, both of those will pass. And then we're setting stock 0 likes to stock 0 likes current, which is what we got from those fetches. So that should be great. Then this stuff needs to stop. And then we're going to do the same thing inside of the next function over here. We're going to set stock 0 likes current to NVIDIA, same thing as above, and then make sure that that stuff is working. And then we basically make sure that stock 0 likes current is the same as stock 0 likes. And yeah, better develop in the long run, right? Right, guys? We take the initiative to fix things. Okay, so we're getting the likes. Those are fine. They're not an issue. The issue that we do have, though, is that there's a timeout of the timeout exceeded. For async tests and hooks, ensure done is called. If ensuring a promise, return it resolves. This is on line 200, apparently. We are calling done now, aren't we? Yeah. I mean, these should have resolved. Oh wait, they do. Otherwise we wouldn't get these stock 0 current likes. Maybe it's just overall it's taking too long. It expects the test to finish in 2 seconds. Jeez. You know what, we maybe... What if we do it outside? Outside of this test. So... Here. We do it in between the tests, right? Wait, what did I do wrong now? What's wrong? Fetch? Unexpected token. Why? What did I do? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, because I'm trying to await. This is gonna be a problem. Because how do I make it? Wait, this is all part of one single big function, right? Suit. Yeah. So what if we make suit async? And that won't affect it unless you call await. And then that should allow my dear friends over here. No, apparently it won't. It won't solve that issue. In which scope are you in right now? You're not part of test. You're just in the middle of nowhere. Are you... What? Are you part of this suit? Is that it? Wait, hold on. What suit are you part of? Where you show me? Oh, it is that. There you go. So it's this that needs to be async. That doesn't need to be async. Okay. Are you fine now? Are you good? Where's the one that's outside? It's this one, right? Yeah, there you go. Problem solved. Okay, so hopefully now that it's not part of that test, it's not going to complain about a 2 millisecond, timeout. Okay, but now the problem is, are you going to have access to it in the scope? Will you have access to it? That's the question. Apparently you will. Good. Will that fix the timeout? Only one way to find out. We're only failing one now. And that's because resolution method is over-specified. On line 148. It's over-specified. Is it because of that? I think it might be this, right? Again. So remove this out. Let it be by itself. And then, since it's already been declared, down here, we just don't redeclare and we just overwrite. Okay, we've passed 4, but it doesn't continue. After stock 1 current likes, at stock 1 current likes, then it never runs this. It never runs this test. Is it because async? Let me remove that async. Could that be it? I accidentally had that async keyword. Imagine the whole time that's what was causing our issue. Okay, so it passes 4, but then it just stops. Stop 0 current likes, stop 1 current likes, stock, sorry. So it does this. And it logs this, but then it never runs this, test. 2 stocks with likes again. We do call done. Wait, where am I supposed to call done? Inside of chai? Inside of end. Inside of end you call done. Am I doing that? Yeah, I am. So what is this closing? That's closing that. What's this closing? That's closing the entire suite there, and then finally the suite on top of the suite. Do you guys have any idea why it's not even running this test? 2 stocks, it's fine, and it passes, but the moment we try to get 2 stocks with likes again, it just never runs this function. Wait, I think it's passing 2 stocks. 2 stocks is the entire function, right? I think it's supposed to be wrapped in here. Oh my god. One stock. So when you have 1 stock, okay, 1 stock looks like that. So it's 1 stock with 1 like, 1 stock with 1 like again. So 1 stock with 1 like, 1 stock with 1... Okay, so they're all separate. Then 2 stocks is supposed to be by itself. And then 2 stocks with 1 like is also supposed to be with itself, but it never runs 2 stocks with 1 like. Wait, it does run 2 stocks with 1 like. It runs that. It doesn't run 2 stocks with 1 like again. I want to see if it was that async as well. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Again, it just stops. 2 stocks. In fact, it's only finishing this one, 2 stocks. It's not finishing 2 stocks with 1 like. It's not even getting there. For some reason. Try removing await from fetch. I need it so that it can fill the variables and populate it. And the thing is, we know that it's getting past this point because otherwise it wouldn't console log this stock 0 current before likes. So it's getting here and it's getting down here because it's logging all those. But what it's not doing is it's not running these tests. In fact, for some reason it's running all of that before it even runs the test. What the hell? Control Shift Backspace? Really? Oh, that's cool. Thanks. That's really awesome. I think we messed it up with having the awaits be outside of the functions themselves. And I really don't know what to do now, guys, because if I put it in, then from what I remember, it times out because the async await to fetch is also, it takes a while. See there? Await is only, oh wait, but also at once await, async await, there. Wait, we have an error now? See, error timeout, 2000 milliseconds exceeded. For async tests and hooks, ensure done is called. And we do ensure done is called. There's async, it awaits that, then it does this, and then we finally call done. And we know it gets here because of console logs. What do you guys suggest I do? Because we're supposed to pass tests, but nowhere does it say that you need to check relative likes and likes. And in fact, it didn't say anything about checking duplicates for the 2 stocks with likes. We just decided to do that and take the initiative, but now I feel it's dragging us behind when we could be working on the other projects. Like, we tried and we put a lot of effort in, but kick it to the curb? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you think just remove that. Then what do we test? We did try at least. I feel we came a long way. So we could check 2 tests and we just make sure that it does assert those values. But then with a like, what do you check? Like, what can you really check? There aren't any likes displayed because we removed that. The only thing that is there is relative likes. And we can't check the relative likes if they're above or below a certain value, because remember, if there's 10 to 1, that would be fine, but can also be negative. What if you have 2, 0, that would be -2 for the other relative side. So essentially, 2 stocks with like would be the same as 2 stocks, because what could you check? They would still have, you know, relative likes. So if we want this to pass, we basically have to do something like this. It makes me sad, but we did really try. And it doesn't change anything. We still got the outcome to be exactly the same. It works the way they need it to work. It's just these tests. They didn't think about the tests at all. They honestly didn't. And we really went out of our way, didn't we? Freaking adding fetch. Okay, let's see how this goes. There you go. We passed all the tests. I kind of feel like we don't, because a part of me really wants to go, you know, the step further. Test 1 should have at least 3 property tests to test. Response body, expected 0 to be above 2. The fuck? Test 1 should have at least 3 property tests. Oh, I know what it's doing. These people that wrote the test, I had the same issue last time. I am looping through each property and then assert propertying. What they're doing is they're literally checking how many times do you call assert property on index 0. So I'm not going to count that as us failing it because we're just doing it more efficient than the way they're testing. And that's not official FreeCodeCamp testing, that's just someone that decided to make a tester to help people. So yeah, then we pass everything, I guess. It's sad because I really wish we could do it the way that I wanted to do it. But at the same time, we're not really building a project that's going to be used anyway. This is just for our own knowledge, and we know what to do in the future. If this was our own project, this wouldn't be an issue. So we run the tests. Everything passes. So you guys know what that means. Let's just first double check one last time before we head off. AMD, get the price. We could see the likes, everything is good. AMD versus Nvidia. We should get an array. Relative likes 1 to -1, and the reason for that is Nvidia should have no likes. Wait, Nvidia has 1? Oh, then how many does AMD have? AMD has 2. So 1 minus 2. Oh, yeah, okay, it's -1. That makes sense. Okay, well then we've done it, guys. That means that we can stick this into here. And we're on the final project, which I'll continue tomorrow. Apparently the submit and go to next challenge button doesn't work. Oh, great! JSON.parse, unexpected character at line 1. Oh my god, now FreeCodeCamp doesn't work. Isn't this great? Page not found. Looks like... What? Oh, they're down, aren't they? This has happened to me one time before. This is usually... Yeah, there you go. We're upgrading the site or running a scheduled maintenance. Yay! Everything is just going absolutely wonderful today, guys. It's... yeah. Oh man, we're gonna continue tomorrow. We got one final project. I'll probably have to submit it tomorrow if that didn't save now. But yeah, the last project is gonna be the anonymous message board, and after that we're done, and we're looking good to finish on day 200, meaning that we have completed the entirety of FreeCodeCamp and all the other things that we've done and the side projects in 200 days, which I'm happy with. It's kind of like a nice little round number. And I've really pushed myself, because normally I'd probably take way longer. But it feels good to have a goal. So thank you to everyone that came through. I really appreciate it. All the support as usual. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the big day. Day 200, so that's Thursday. 2 days from now, we should be done. Any plans for the 101 extra days thereafter? Yeah, basically just build real projects. Like things that people can actually use and not just, you know, test things that will never get used anyway. Besides, obviously, for knowledge, of course, which is important. So the plan is to continue my ACRDB project, which is for the Assassin's Creed Rebellion game. I feel the community would probably benefit from having a database that they can easily access all the games, like, you know, data in an easy format. It'll be really good to showcase my knowledge. And then continue some modding for Skyrim, because I really love modding. I have a few mods that I want to update and a few new mods that I want to do, and hopefully use my OOP experience to build some interesting mods, even though it's, you know, not going to be in a language specific format like JavaScript or whatever. But I mean, it's still the sense of thinking and problem solving in a code oriented manner, I guess I could put it that way. And then yeah, just figure out what other projects I can do that other people can use and benefit from. I do have a project that I want to do that's basically, I'm constantly having to change my titles when I stream to YouTube and Twitch, and I have to keep going to each platform and changing it. So what I want to do is create a web API where I can authenticate with both services and then basically change my title at one time, just in one go. And then share that to anyone else that might find that useful. Because I mean, it's useful to me because, you know, I stream or save on both. So that will also be another project I want to do. And what I use to make mods, just the Papyrus language, the native scripting language for Skyrim. And obviously Skyrim has its own creation kit where you can like edit like game files and that, but I mean from a purely like scripting point of view, it's literally just the Skyrim language, the Papyrus language. So it's similar, I guess, to basic C, maybe? It's a very basic language, let's put it that way. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. But I need to be off, and I will see you guys on the next one. So until then, bye for now.